What's going on, everyone? And you know what time it is. UFC Vegas 46 is finally upon us, and I'm going to go over all my bets that I placed for this weekend. So without further ado, let's get to the good stuff. Alright, so 2022, it's a brand new year. So for my very first bet, I'm going to give you my underdog bet. I have a 1-unit bet on Brahima to win, and I got that at plus 100. So in my last video that I posted of my picks and predictions, I said I was slightly leaning Brahima, but I went back and I did a little bit more research, and actually I'm starting to like him a little bit more now. So I do think he's going to have the edge in striking, and I actually think he's going to have the edge in grappling. I do think in the first and second round, Brahima is going to come out and he's going to pressure McGee. McGee's never been submitted before in his career, but if he doesn't end up getting the finish early, I do think he's going to grind it out to a unanimous decision, 29-28. So for my second bet, it's my Dana White Contender Series 2-fighter parlay. I bet 1 unit on Holmes and Borishev to win, and I got that at plus 140. So both of these guys are making their UFC debuts, and I really like both of their matchups. Holmes is fighting Jamie Pickett, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not a big fan of Jamie Pickett. I just don't think he does anything really well. And Holmes is a legit grappler with really good submissions, and his striking is pretty decent as well. So I wouldn't be surprised one bit if Holmes finishes Pickett in the first round. And with Borishev, again, he's fighting Bush, and he's not one of the greatest fighters in the UFC either. Borishev is a legit striker. He's mainly a kickboxer, but he has vicious kicks, and I really think he's going to end up piecing up Bush on the feet. The only way Bush is going to win is if he does take down Borishev, but honestly, I don't think he's going to be able to. Borishev does have pretty good takedown defense, and he doesn't accept being on the mat. So I wouldn't be surprised one bit if Borishev gets the knockout in the first round too. Next bet I have is my women's 2-fighter parlay. I bet 1 unit on Chikadze and Demopoulos to win, and I got that at plus 180. So with Chikadze, she's already beat Maya previously, and I don't see it being any different than this fight. Chikadze is the better striker. She has really good takedown defense, and she throws a lot of volume, which is going to be a problem for Maya. And not to mention, if this fight does go the distance, the judges do favor Chikadze more times than not. But either way, I see Chikadze winning this by decision. And with Demopoulos, I know her record doesn't scream UFC contender, but she's definitely the better fighter in this matchup. I only seen Juarez fight once, but I really wasn't impressed with what she did in her last outing. And if this fight does get to the mat, which I do think it will at one point, I can totally see Demopoulos submitting Juarez maybe in the second or third round. Alright, so the fourth bet I have is another 2-fighter parlay. I bet 1.5 units on Royval and Giga to win, and I got that at plus 134. So both of these fighters are some of my favorite fighters to watch, and I do think they're going to come away with victories. Royval is going to be the better striker, and he is also good on the mat, but more importantly, Bontorin does have problems making weight, and his last fight he fought in the bantamweight division, and he had trouble making 135. So I'm not 100% sure how he's going to make 125, but that's something to definitely watch. The way I see this fight going is I think Royval is going to push the pace on him, which is going to tire out Bontorin, and I do think Royval is going to get the finish late in the fight, maybe second or third round. And with Giga, this is his time to shine. This is what he wanted. He wanted a top 5 fighter, and I don't think he's going to disappoint. Kattar is a really good striker, but I think he's quickly going to realize after Giga gets his reads that he's going to be outmatched on the feet. I'm going to say that this fight goes all 5 rounds since Kattar is a tough guy, but I wouldn't be surprised one bit if Giga can land his Giga kick and put him down. So I'm going to say Giga wins this by decision, but like I said, wouldn't be surprised one bit if it's by finish. Okay, and finally, last but not least, it's my Johnny K Hail Mary parlay. I bet 0.5 units on 6 different fighters. I have Kakramanov, Borishev, Brahima, Royval, Chikadze, and Giga all to win, and I got that at plus 16-18. So I just went over why I think all these fighters will win except for Kakramanov. So he's going to be the bigger fighter against Kelleher, and I do think he's a little bit more well-rounded as well. But don't get me wrong, Kelleher always has the chance to get the upset with his submissions, but I do think Kakramanov is going to be aware enough to stay out of trouble, and I don't see him finishing Kelleher, but I do think he's going to get the decision in the end. Alright guys, so those are my bets for UFC Vegas 46. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button on your way out. And feel free to comment below on some of your favorite bets for this weekend. I hope everybody enjoys the fights this weekend. And until next time, happy fighting.